All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another presentation by myself, Bud Wortham, and my good friend Makram. And again, today we're going to go over wireless attacks. And thank you so much, Makram, for making this whole presentation for us. Did a wonderful job. And I'll go ahead and leave it here for you.
Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to present the presentation today. So I'm gonna demonstrate about the wireless attacks. I'm gonna start with the wireless vulnerabilities and attacks. There are four main categories that can be under wireless attacks. First is the passive attacks and active attacks, man in the middle act attacks, and finally jamming. So let's start with passive attack. Uh, actually, passive attack is not that harmful to the network, but still it can take place for information gathering. As a malicious user just listens to the all inbound or outbound traffic of the wireless network. If we go to the network monitor, we can see that there are a lot of traffic contains packets, and these packets contains like additional informations such as packet sequences, numbers, and this is actually like the nature of these attacks is silent. So as a malicious attacker can make an active attack to the wireless network, and sometimes the malicious users use packet tools in order to steal information by decrypting the data from it. If we go to the active attack or active attacks, these attacks based on placing on authorized devices on wireless. So these attacks actually it is based also on wireless network. Mostly it gets attacked by the IP spoofing. If you are familiar with these, IP can deny service attacks. Um, if we clocking the SSID or MAC address to get the uh, majors, these are these attacks it give the access to the unauthorized wireless network, and not only that, but also for the packet that was created by impersonate person to get through the server or the network, and it actually might be denied by the service attack. Um, so if we go to um, the releasing malware network, this is a software which is actually can cause a harmful to the network. It can be like these viruses can be also as adware or keystroke. So you have to make sure that you really have a better protection. So if we go to the man in the middle of attack, these attacks or attackers access the information of the AP or any active SSID. Here, if we just look up on the dummy APS, these are created because the attacker listens to the communication between to the end point. Let's suppose a client is having a TCP connection with any server, for example, and this attacker will be the man in the middle, and can split the TCP connection into two separated connections. Those common node will be an attacker for the target. So the first connection is from a client to an attacker, and the second connection will be from attacker to the server. So each and every request and response will be taking place between client and server via an attacker. So the attacker can steal information um, passing in the air between them. So that's why we have to make sure we understand the man in the middle attacker, how does it into our wireless attacker. So if we go to the jamming the wireless single attack, this attack actually it is scenario attack radio signals are used for a stronger antenna for us to generate signals. So the first attacker might be identifies by the signal pattern around the target. So the AP can target the creators of that signal. So if we go a little bit and understand what does it mean to have a signal tornado of a wireless network, it is also attached to the DOS. This one can be targeted as EP, gets jammed. On the top of that legitimate use node also to get the signals between and disables AP connection and legitimate user of wireless network. And those network by itself can be caused mainly by three reasons of the wireless network. Like, for example, let's see, prevent the legitimate user for receiving network or internet, the spy, which is delay in the packet. The user can give more time to get attacked. The third one, which is the attack may spoof the packets and send it back to the victim in order to control of the user's machine or the network. So so as we go through that, the WVA wireless, which is the wireless vulnerability and attacks, it is actually can fall out of people or as a victim attacked by that accesses. So if we for example, like a person who exposed the information to get that network, we have to make sure that this is really risky for anything on our accounts, personal, whatever we have on our computer. We have to make sure to get rid of these attacks by using majors, which is the next slide. So there is no guarantee, by the way, for the network to have 100% secure, but at least we can minimize the chance of attacks. So there, I'm sure, like we know that we open the door, and these kind of examples might be like some of bugs come into the house, but if we get the door just a little bit closed, we might have nothing coming in. So the next slide, which is still security measures, we have to make sure that all the passwords on our routers it changed to the default. we have to enable the web, to disable it by default as well. We have to avoid using the DHCP, because possible can be if possible, sorry. So especially is cooperate by the environment, and then change password like regularly or often every while. So if we go to the next slide, which is still using the IP addresses, avoid any dynamic addresses assigned by the DHCP, cooperate environment, avoid, for example, avoid like the employees' personal their personal information or the AP. So so far we as we're coming to the next slide, we just can see that the secure measure of the MC filtering. So we have to make sure that we have that filtered and specified computers that can be controlled to your AP, and also try to reduce any signal that might be has um, where it has a radius that can cover some places and people can get that signal to hack your wireless device. Also, this from the security majors style, we are looking how to create um, um, or sorry, we're looking at how to incorporating a wireless network before getting crucial risk assessment. So also these things are very important because we should make sure which one can acquire, sorry, which one can destroy our network or hardware or software. So we should find a solution for that. So if we go to the security, the one before the end slide. So as we went over everything, we have to at least understand how we provide upgrades and patches or maintain at least things of the security on our devices. Also, no one protocol encryption is 100% safe or effective. So just to make sure that nothing is 100%, but at least we reduce these attacks. And the conclusion as we went through that. So in my presentation, so it is good to have some practice for over these levels and how we can use security level of network security. We have to educate ourselves about the risk and vulnerabilities, and also we must secure by using firewall encryption or probably placed as APS or MAC filtering and extra and etc. So I hope, sorry for my broken English, but I hope you understand what I meant today, and I will turn the time to Bud, my friend.
All right, thank you, Malcolm. That was actually, I really liked that presentation. It was really
Oh,
well done. Um, and now I get to show you what I learned. Jump in here real quick. All right, so what I found was Nessus. It's not more for hacking into a system, but it's more to audit your wireless system. It goes through, checks different IPs, checks to see if there's any vulnerabilities that a hacker might be able to take advantage of. And again, with the security systems, there's no 100% guarantee we can make it completely safe, but we want deterrence. We want to find the holes that we miss. We want to make things as safe as we possibly can. All right, but here we are with Nessus. And so once you get all logged in, get it downloaded, create a profile, do all that fun stuff, it's going to bring you to this front page. And from here, we're going to want to start doing our own scans. Um, so what you want to do is just on the left side, click New Scan. And the nice thing about this, there's different types of scans that they're going to be looking for. They can check your cloud. They can find out if there's any wireless signals coming from the house. It can find all of those for you. It can do internal PCI network scan, MDM, mobile device to scan. It can do even Windows malware scan, which is really nice for those. I remember in one lesson we were given a website where we can double check things that we install. We can double check websites to make sure things are extra safe. Alright, but the thing that I'm going to use is the basic network scan, which connects to the Wi-Fi and checks to see if there's any vulnerabilities on that system. Very simple but somewhat complicated setup if you're not used to IP addresses and networking. So first thing you want to do, the name is just the name of the scan that you want to call it, brief description, where you want to save it. This portion right here, the targets, this is where you're going to want to put in all your IP addresses. You can put in the IP address of your router, your computer, your gaming consoles, any mobile device that you might have. You can put in just one. You can put in as many as you want. It doesn't matter. Hit save. And then after that, you'll just want to go to, I normally go up at the top, hit scans, and then you have your scan right there. And again, with most security features, you can have it scan once a week, once a day, whenever you want. And it looks like Nessus goes through the web browser, so it'll come on every time you turn this on. All right. Now to start a scan, right up here is launch. And you can do a custom scan or you can do default. What I did for you guys was I went ahead and did my own personal computer. A little background on my computer, and what I do is I built my own computer. I know basic networking. I don't know too many complicated things. Only the things I've learned from the security class. I'm a big time gamer, so sometimes I have to lower my firewall so certain things can go through, and so sometimes it's secure, sometimes it's not secure, depending on what type of gamer you are. And again, it runs for a little bit, and once it's done, let me pull up a history for you. All right. So right down here, just a little history, name of the scan, what was done, policy, what time it was done. So the blue portion right along this chart here is just information that the system was able to collect. It's normally not anything too serious. If you see any other colors, that's normally the things you want to take a look at. And if you come up here to vulnerabilities, you can take a deeper look at what's going on. So again, here's all the information. It's like, oh, it's checking the certificate. Oh, it's checking this HTTP. And all these things that are able to go through. So just general packets that are going back and forth between me and the internet. And but right here, I was able to notice that a couple things that I need to be wary of for myself are. But the nice thing about Nessus is you can click on it and it'll tell you a bit more information. For example, here it gives a really good explanation of what's going on. It doesn't have any recommendations to fix it, but once you know what's going on, you can figure out how to fix it, make it much stronger. Again, they have different rankings of security risks. So there's medium, bad, all that other stuff. All my stuff is medium, so it's just something I need to be cautious of. It's just vulnerabilities that if a hacker comes after me, that they'll be able to get information from, that they'll be able to see. For example, this one right here, this SSL self-signed certificate. So it looks like my certificate isn't authorized by a RA or CA. Instead, it's just a personal one, and again, the really nice thing is right here is it says that I need to be careful with it because a man-in-the-middle attack could happen against me, so I need to be careful with that. So again, Nessus was really nice to take a look, see if I have any vulnerabilities on my WPA or on my wireless network. And again, I'd like to thank everyone for taking a look. Hopefully you learned something new from this. Again, I certainly did. I'm sure Markram did as well. But everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching our presentation. And